Adam Schiff coming out on camera numerous times saying, I can't tell you what I've seen, but I've seen things. There's a lot more than circumstantial evidence about this collusion.
But there is more than circumstantial evidence. There is circumstantial evidence of collusion.
The Russians offered help, which we know they did. The campaign accepted help, which we know they did.
And you got Hillary Clinton saying, an air of illegitimacy around Trump's victory because of this. I mean, she was very clear about it.
Last March, you said you had more than circumstantial evidence of treasonous collusion with Russia.
Certainly said that there's ample evidence of collusion. I think there's plenty of evidence of collusion or conspiracy.
The noose is tightening on Trump. It's all going to come out. He's an agent.
Joe Rogan takes aim at Adam Schiff with a bluntness that Schiff has managed to avoid for years. The congressman, long known for evasive answers and unproven claims, finds his carefully crafted image dismantled under Rogan's scrutiny. Instead of the vigilant defender of democracy he once sold himself as, Schiff is exposed as a political salesman who cashed in on cable news hype. What was once seen as strategy now looks like spin. The sharp statesman has faded into a weary pit, pushing a narrative fewer and fewer people are buying. Rogan's takedown peels away the polish and reveals a politician running out of illusions, out of believers.
Some Russian asset.
Listen, Adam Schiff, he was the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. Adam Schiff knew. He never saw any evidence that Trump was in collusion with the Russians, or that the Russians were interfering in American elections, or that there may have been evidence of that, but there was no evidence that Russia and Trump were in collusion. And he kept saying it. He kept saying it on every news outlet he could. And he knew otherwise. And no one's held him.
Adam Schiff built his brand on dangling promises of shocking revelations, only for those supposed bombshells to fizzle into nothing. Rogan refuses to let him escape that record. He calls out how Schiff's entire persona is less about substance and more about performance, running on a steady diet of hostility and hype. Schiff comes off like a magician who never produces the rabbit, yet keeps insisting the trick will work if everyone just buys another ticket tomorrow. And while the act keeps collapsing, his talent for deception still manages to hold part of the crowd, a reminder of how badly some people want the illusion to be real.
Video?
No.
Pull that video up, because it's one of my favorite.
Durham that Mueller and congressional investigations also revealed that Don Jr. was informed that a Russian official was offering the Trump campaign, quote, very high-level and sensitive information, unquote, that would be incriminating if Hillary Clinton was part of, quote, Russia and its government support of Mr. Trump. You aware of that?
Sure, people get phone calls all the time from individuals who claim to have information like that.
Really, the son of a presidential candidate gets calls all the time from before in government offering dirt on their opponent? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think this is unique.
If you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit the bell icon and subscribe to the channel. Schiff's biggest obstacle is that Rogan's audience doesn't buy into political theater. They refuse to take politicians at their word, especially those who hide behind vague language and never deliver proof. Rogan rips through that facade, exposing the fear and laziness underneath. Schiff isn't driven by conviction. He cherry-picks leaks, cloaks himself in committees, and trades real leadership for headline soundbites. What's left isn't a principled statesman, but a career stitched together through manipulation. Rogan puts it bluntly. Schiff is less a leader than a parasite in politics, feeding off media fascination with empty promises and the gullibility of voters who keep waiting for a reveal that never comes.
Holy shit.
Will it be your advice to the president? No, Mr. President, I need to go over them on a case-by-case basis. Do not issue blanket pardons. Will that be your advice to the president?
Senator, I have not looked at any of those files. If confirmed, I will look at the files.
And will you be able to review hundreds of cases on day one?
I will look at every file I am asked to look at.
Of course you won't. So will you advise the president?
Can I answer the question?
Well, my question
I would have plenty of staff. You said, of course you won't?
You'll be able to review.
I'm not going to mislead this body, nor you.
All right, let me ask another question. You don't want to answer that. Let me ask
you
another
were
question.
Censured by Congress, Senator, for comments.
Think about how many times Adam Schiff has dangled the promise of a game-changing revelation. He'd go on talk shows, insisting he had evidence that would turn everything upside down. But when the moment came, the so-called proof was either non-existent or so weak it could collapse under the slightest pressure. Joe Rogan slices through stupidity performance, likening Schiff to a bargain bin Netflix sitcom one that somehow keeps getting renewed, even though the plot has gone stale. Schiff may keep running the same script, but the audience isn't buying it anymore. The trust has evaporated, and each repetition only makes the cracks in his credibility harder to ignore.
Shit, Jamie, pull that video up.
As for this new FBI whistleblower report, I understand Kash Patel last night declassified a 302 FBI document showing that a whistleblower who is a Democrat, a career intelligence officer who worked for Democrats on the House Intel Committee for more than a decade, repeatedly warned the FBI in 2017 that then Rep. Adam Schiff had approved leaking classified information to smear then President Donald Trump over the Russiagate scandal. This is obviously a bombshell whistleblower report. Hopefully more people in this room will cover.
What makes Rogan's roast cut so deep is that it's built on truth. Schiff has spent his career making bold, dramatic promises that almost never deliver. He's like a gambler, convinced the next hand will be the big win, only to fold week after week. Rogan highlights that this isn't just hollow theater, it's outright incompetence. While Schiff chased shadows and spun stories, he ignored real issues that actually mattered. Years were squandered, keeping Americans trapped in a cycle of speculation, the end result. Politics reduced to pure performance art. And the irony is, even that's a role Schiff never managed to play well.
A staff member began talking to the FBI in 2017 because he said he considered the leaks to be, quote, unethical, illegal, and treasonous. This is a Democrat staffer who is saying to the FBI he had a holy shit moment when he heard Adam Schiff give the order. These documents that outline the FBI's interview, like the FBI doesn't tape its interviews, they go back and they report what they heard in their interview.
Schiff's persona drips with arrogance. He talks as if his word is unquestionable, cloaking himself in a self-fashioned armor of integrity that no one but him seems to believe in. Rogan cuts through that act with ease, exposing Schiff not as a seasoned statesman, but as the loud kid in class who slaps his name on the group project while doing none of the work. The entire Schiff brand is built on posing, not producing. And once Rogan lays out his record, the hollowness is undeniable. No substance, no real wins, no legacy, just noise. That's what makes Rogan's critique land so hard. He paints Schiff as the very image of what people can't stand in politics: endless promises, empty performances, and a hunger for headlines instead of solutions. In Rogan's telling, Schiff isn't merely ineffective. He's the opposite of what the country actually needs. Schiff embodies the polished arrogance of a system.